Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. Today is a little bit of economics and a little bit of practicality, a little bit of explanation as to the economic settings in Jamaica as it exists, and why you might misunderstand when I quote a price. You might misunderstand with regards to how much am I exactly speaking. You see, you have several different currencies in the world, and persons use US dollars as a standard to say okay that they understand that better. However, JMD, Jamaican dollar, Jamaican money, is totally different. In Jamaica, it right now as it is 2020, it is an average of $1 is sold for 100 and roughly about 146 Jamaican dollars. So therefore, if I want to, let's say I want to buy some US dollars to do some trading, some business, in the United States of America, right? I would have to purchase some US dollars, and to get those US dollars, let's say I want 100 US dollars, it would cost me. I would have to find um 14,600 and probably some change, so as to get myself 100 US dollars. All right. Okay, so whenever I say a fish costs $700, for you to actually get the calculation right, sometimes you would have to divide the 100 and let's say the $146. It varies because sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down. So I can't say this is a standard, it's always 146 or 144 or 150, right? So you would divide by the amount or the exchange rate for the day, and to see exactly how much it would be in US. However, that's not the only standard that you should use so as to measure whether or not a fish is expensive in Jamaica. All right, let us go by the economics of scale. Let us go look at um the rate in which employers, the minimum wage in which employers are mandated by the governing authorities to pay their employees. In Jamaica, the minimum wage is roughly 7,000. I think it's call it about $7,000, right? So at the end of each week, the least that you should get as your salary is $7,000, right? And if you want to find out how much $7,000 is, $7,000 is about 140, 145, 146 into that is about probably about 48 US dollars, right? So where you're at, probably minimum wage is a little bit different, but a dollar is a dollar in Jamaica. So bearing in mind that an individual, and this is one of the reasons why some persons will just not purchase certain fish because they are expensive. When you look at the setup that is required, when you look at the amount of monies that an individual actually receive for their salary, you have to contemplate what holds more priority. Is it having a fish room? Is it setting up a fancy tank? Or is it buying food for your family, clothing, paying the light bill, and other utilities expenses? So to me, when I say a fish is expensive, it's really expensive because I consider all the other variables other than just the monetary variables. Because to you might say, oh, $700 is Jamaican, so that's about probably about $3 something US. But that $700 can do a lot. And that $700 that you would use and purchase a fish, one single fish, and that $700 can pay your bus fare to work one entire day, and also you have lunch out of that $700. That $700 can put gas in your car, and that can carry you for probably a day, right? That $700 can buy food that can feed your family of four for the entire day. So it's a lot that $700 can do. And when you come to the decision as to whether or not you're going to be using that $700 to either purchase a fish, or you're going to use it to buy some food for the family who is at home hungry, haven't eaten from morning, you know the obvious choice, right? Not buying any fish, but to buy food. So it is based on these premise now that a lot of persons have opted to actually keep their fish how they keep their fish. right? Some persons have actually just purchased a lot of fish, a lot of cheap fish. When I say cheap fish, I mean like fish that will cost like probably about $100, $85, or 100 and $200. Those cheap fish, and these cheap fish include like very small chromite cichlid, uh live bearers, guppies, mollies, swordtail, and it depends on the size of the pleco. You might get a pleco for like $200, $250, right? Those are like cheap fish in Jamaica. But when it comes down to tetra and barbs, it depends on the availability of these fish. The prices may range for example, barbs. I haven't seen barbs in a long while. I mean like months. I haven't seen them. So I went to the pet shop and I saw them selling for $250, right? And it was like the last of the batch. I understand that a gentleman came and he just purchased probably about 20 of them, right? So I purchased as much as I could at the moment because I wanted other things there, right? I got five, right? That's $1,000, right? A lot of persons will not use $1,000 to buy fish, right? But I used my $1,000 and I purchased the barbs with the intention that I'm going to be breeding them during the course of next year, the barbs and the tetra. So it is hope that, oh, and I'm going to be purchasing probably two more fish, and you will see shortly two more emboma. Hopefully they have them still. So that's today. It's hope that you understand the economics of scale in Jamaica. It's totally different. Jamaica is they say that Jamaica is a middle income country, but to me, it's you have more poor people than you have middle income people, right? You have more sellers than buyers, right? It's a situation where in which I within my profession trying to change by virtue of being a teacher, by empowering individuals so as to be enriched within the mind so that they can put their hands out and they can actually do something productive so as to bring up the economics of scale as it relates to Jamaica economics and the way forward, right? Because you all know that if GDP and GNP is down, that simply means that the country will have to borrow because the economics is just not there, not right, right? And the government won't have any monies to actually supplement like the lifestyle of individuals, basic food, light, utilities, infrastructure that just would not be there. So we need to empower our young people by virtue of providing them with the opportunity to be independent. And one way of doing that is to fish keeping, fish trading, also just natural education, something out there for everybody, right? So I realized that several young persons have been communicating with me with regards to their desire to enter into the fish keeping hobby. Um, a point to note for those persons who are watching me in Jamaica. Remember, fish keeping is not something where you should just get up today, you start it, and you start make money tomorrow, right? It is something that you have to be very patient for. I have spent thousands of dollars, right, on this little farm in which you see I'm on. Thousands of dollars, right? And it just seems to some persons it might seem ugly, it might seem tacky or whatever, but I have spent thousands of dollars to reach where I'm at, right? Not to mention the amount of videos I've done so as to share my experience within fish keeping, right? It's not an easy task. It demands a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of patience, all right, a lot of diligence, and yeah, a lot of scrutiny, right? So going forward, it will be awesome to have a fish club in Jamaica. It will be awesome to have a group of individuals who actually have fish keeping channel, and we have shows and we have exhibition and all that. It will be really cool, but there are none. The individuals who actually is at the height of the scale, though you have some persons, some collectors, they import arowana, discus, do name it, any fish at all in the world, they have it in Jamaica, right? But the thing about it, these are private collections, so I am not able to actually if I'm able to go there, I'm not able to film. I'm not able to speak about it because of the rules, right? It's just a private collection in which they intend to keep it private, in which we have to respect that. But as far as saltwater aquariums are concerned, I I have not I have not seen anyone in Jamaica, whether on YouTube or any other social media, or I've actually gone anywhere where I've actually seen a salted water tank in Jamaica. It's not impossible to have one. It's just that you won't be able to get the fish stock. I think probably more than likely you'll have to import the fish stock to that there. But I don't know if I'm going to go there because it's an expensive venture. It's not as easy as freshwater because freshwater there's a lot of shops or stores out there selling different maintenance equipment for salted water aquarium. You don't have much talking about, well, offering anything, equipment, maintenance, whatever, for salted water aquarium. So therefore everything, if I should set up a saltwater aquarium, I would have to be imported, and that's additional expense. So why put myself in additional expense where um yeah, it's just more than likely. Only reason I would do it is for YouTube, and I'm a fish trader. I think about business. So you might see me with my Oscar looking pretty and all that. And somebody see it and say, "Hey, I want that to buy." Once the money is good, I sell it, right? And that's one of the reasons why right now I don't have much fish stock, because person see my fish stock and person want fish, I will sell him everything and start all over again. That's just me. It's a little bit long. I never intended to be long. Um, do have a wonderful day. Peace out. God bless.